Hi there, welcome to 9 Months. As parents, a major concern for us is the safety of our children. Safety from outsiders, ailments, and many other external factors. While most of the time we do follow our instincts and do it our way, we still hear about shocking incidents of kids falling prey to many kinds of abuses. In this episode, we'll learn about how parents can ensure their child's safety indoors and outdoors, and what the different measures are that we can take. To discuss this further with us, we have Dr. Dipti Shah, child psychiatrist, mommy Mrigakshi Godse, and someone who is one of my go-to moms for child parenting and advice. 5 years ago, she started a very cool website called Kidsstoppress.com. She is Mansi Zaveri. Thank you so much, everybody, for being on the show. Doctor, you've been a child psychiatrist for 15 years now. That's a long stretch. From 15 years ago until today, what changes have you seen, especially when it comes to child safety?
Regards child safety, we've been reading in newspapers, we've been hearing of so many incidents where there is some molestation that may happen. There are kidnappings that happen very often. So definitely child safety seems to be in much bad shape today as compared to what it was 15 years back. Definitely we need to work on things so that this is bettered.
But why do you think that's happened? Do you think too many moms are just trusting other people to take care of their children? Why does something like this become on the rise?
I think one of the factors definitely is that we are moving from a joint family system to a nuclear family system, and also that the mothers have started working more often than what they were working earlier. So that is one of the factors. But I think also as the crime rate is rising across the country,
you're right.
I think it's that is a major factor, that it's probably the sociological factors rather than the family factors which are more influencing the situation today.
Mrigakshi, you are raising a child with a husband who's in the Navy, so a lot of the safety is pretty much in your hands. How do you ensure your child is safe?
Ever since my baby, it's been quite a challenge, so I have for the moment moved in with my mom. So she does help me with my daily routine with him and all of that, but I think for me it's more of a challenge because I need to get used to living by myself with my baby, because you know we're doing up our house now, so eventually we will be moving in. So I don't know, I mean I'll have to see how that goes. It's going to be a challenge.
But you're managing it okay for now?
I'm managing it okay, yes, because I have my mom's support. So I won't take the sole credit for it. But I can't see how it'll go ahead from there, because it's just going to be me and him. So it's going to be quite a challenge, and I hope that my mom keeps traveling, you know, back and forth, because
traveling, I think you should just move her in with you.
I hope we can do that.
That's what I mean.
And it's such a relief, because I don't know what I would have done without her right since the time I got pregnant. So when I got back to Bombay, I found out I was pregnant, and I've been at home since, and it's been such a great journey with her.
But you know, you're not always alone. There's a really great system now of having home cameras, and the moms that I know have recommended the Godrej Eve range of cameras. Now this is a camera system where you can monitor daytime and nighttime at home. Have you had any experiences with home cameras? Have you thought about that at all?
I have. Since we're doing up our place, we have had this discussion since it concerns the safety of our baby, and I plan on getting a corporate job, like a full-time job eventually. So as far as my baby being at home is concerned, I would like something that you know, can give me a live stream of what exactly is going on at home. If I have him with the nanny, you know, I can just, I don't know, just log into my phone or the server and just check on him and just be sure that, you know, my baby is doing fine at home, he's safe. So I think that for me is really important. So I want something that I can rely on, and also that's something that can't be hacked into. I think for me that is the most important thing. So I think that again should be
Well, that's one of the beauties of this camera range, is because you can see live streaming. You can check it from your smartphone. Which I think, you know, these days if we want to work, we want to have a life outside home, we need to do. Doctor, do you think that today the cameras are essential for home to monitor our children?
Absolutely. Cameras are essential for home if there's no parent staying at home, no family member staying at home. It's a very, very essential thing, because we've been bombarded with cases where there are things that go on which we would never like our kids to go through. Apart from home, I think even if you keep your child in a daycare, the daycare should have CCTV. They would be live streaming that as well, which quite a few of them are doing now. Most often, I think all the schools have now got CCTV cameras.
Oh, terrific.
So whether it's a preschool or a regular primary school, secondary school, most of them have cameras. So I think that makes our life a lot easier. A lot of insecurity is taken care of. Anything goes wrong, at least we know what is happening and an immediate action can be taken.
And I just feel like we are at such a inflection point, and we're at such a good time where we have so much infrastructure available. Like, we're really the privileged sorts where we can access our children at any point in time and know what's exactly happening. So I think technology and using that to the fullest is just one of the wisest things to do, because like she said, that you don't want to cause that psychological damage, because that is going to be so hard to reverse. That I feel that you know, it's one of the wisest things to do, to have them monitored.
But then, you know, I was just thinking that if you have cameras, you don't want your mother-in-law to say, "You don't trust me? Why did you put a camera in the house?"
Yeah, but I think that's a conversation, and that's a channel that you need to keep open within the family, even with your kids, right? Because example, now I have a 10-year-old and she has a mind of her own, and she would very happily say that, "You don't trust me?" So forget the mother-in-law, even the daughter would say, "You don't trust me that I'm doing." So I think it's very important to explain and communicate why you're doing this, right? And I think once they start understanding that, understanding what is safe, what is unsafe, what's right, what's wrong, and why you're doing it, if they know the consequences and the reasoning behind, I think it's fairly simple, right? Because it's not like your mother-in-law is going to be there 24/7. If she steps into the shower, a lot of damage can happen even then, right? It takes a couple of minutes, and we're thinking, maybe it's time to think that it cannot be only a form of sexual abuse. It could be so many different types of abuses, right? Like, I know free cases of people overdosing the child with medicine, or mixing a lot of additives to the formula or to the milk or whatever, right? So even in terms of food. So there can be so many different types of security issues for your child, that I think it's important to try and you know, try and expose and communicate, keep the channels open. So both the family members, the kids and the staff are well aware that, look, you have, you know, the mother literally has like a third eye everywhere.
You know, since my husband keeps complaining he doesn't get to see much of my baby because he's out at sea all the time. So this was a great way of, you know, for us to find a medium for him to, you know, just be there during his developmental phase and just to experience this whole thing, because my dad is, you know, he's a sailor too. And growing up, I come from a merchant navy family, so I know he's missed out on us growing up, and I don't want that for our child. So I think we're going to resort to some sort of, you know.
That's actually a good way. For a father to see it, to not miss out on milestones. And when we talk about safety, a great way to monitor safety is through the use of home cameras. The one that's come recommended to me by moms is Godrej's Eve range of home cameras. That's where you can see your entire house. You can watch your little ones anytime, anywhere. It streams over the smartphone, so you can catch every single moment. And the good thing is there's also nighttime capability, so you can see your children daytime and nighttime. As parents, you know what's best for your child, so trust your way. Mrigakshi, Mansi, Doctor, thank you so much for coming today. I always learn so much every time in a new episode.